Could you imagine waking up to your baby not breathing? SIDS is the most plausible cause for your infant's death, which could heavily have been reduced had you breastfed. Breastfeeding is the ideal nutrition for infants. Babies are provided with the essential vitamins, protein, and fat that they need to grow. Babies also receive antibodies that fight off bacteria. For example, if your body develops an antibody to fight off a common cold or the flu, those antibodies are passed down through breast milk. Babies also have a lower risk of asthma and allergies. Breastfeeding is also the cheapest alternative compared to formula, which is $40 a can. In the first year of life, if you choose the formula route, you can expect to spend $1,500 in the first year. Breastfeeding also lowers the risk of SIDS. SIDS is sudden infant death syndrome, and it is the death of a baby who appears to be healthy due to a stop in their breathing. It's also special bonding time for you and your baby, and it encourages the growth of healthy bacteria in the baby's stomach. With breastfeeding, there is also a less likely chance for your child to be obese during adolescence. Mothers should breastfeed because it burns pregnancy weight. It burns 300 to 700 calories a day, and it allows you to also eat more. Breastfeeding also releases the hormone oxytocin, which helps your uterus return to the pre-pregnancy size. Breastfeeding also lowers the risk of breast and ovarian cancer, and it's what's most easy and convenient. For me, in my perspective, making a bottle during the night and having to get up and make formula in warm water sounds awful because of how tired I am, and I would assume most new moms would also not want to do the same. And it also helps reduce uterine bleeding after birth. Now, when talking about formula contains casein, which is harder on the stomach. Breast milk contains more whey protein, which is why it's easier for the babies to digest. Casein is a protein in milk that, when it's ingested, turns into like a curd-like substance, sort of like cottage cheese. So it's harder for the digestive enzymes in the stomach to break it down. If the baby requires ready-to-eat formula, that's the more expensive type, and it's basically like prepackaged like canned milk, and it doesn't really last as long. It's about $53 per package, and top formulas like Enfamil, Similac, or Nutramigen don't really match breast milk 100%. Each breast milk is individualized to the baby, and no two moms have the same breast milk, although they're pretty close. Babies also with formula have a much higher diarrheal disease rate. And altogether, breast milk is the best for your baby, even beyond basic nutrition. In my experience, I love breastfeeding. It allows me to have a stronger connection with my baby, and it is so much easier. I can also pump, so I'm allowed to do other things outside of the house. And most people think that breastfeeding means that you have to be with your baby all the time because you're its only main source of food, but pumping allows you to get out more and go out for hours at a time, and someone else can feed. What I recommend with breastfeeding is introducing a bottle too. That way that when you're out, your baby will take a bottle. But in all, I would strongly recommend breastfeeding because it's the healthiest choice for the baby. And even though it isn't one of the easiest things, I enjoy it a lot. And my baby was born at 7 ounces, 7 pounds, 4 ounces, and he's now a big 13.9 because of my breastfeeding.
He's 3 months old.
And he's 3 months old. Thank you for listening.